Hey guys, Bub. Back in the video. Today I'm just going to be showing you my newest customs that I made. I made all of Alpha 9 from Halo 3 O.D.S.T. I've never made them before, so this was really fun for me. Really like how they turned out. And so I guess I'll just start showing you the figures. Alright, so first figure that I want to show you is Rookie. Now I went ahead and put him on this turntable. He was the first one that I tried to make. Now all of them use Brickforge O.D.S.T armor, and at least most of them use Brick Arms guns. Anyway, so just to give you a bit more light figures, and take the gun out of his hand. So this is him without the gun in his hand. All of the legs, for the most part, and the arms are all almost exactly the same. So I did that kind of camo looking detail on there. And I gave them all fingerless gloves, just like they have in game. The UNSC and this little bit right here is printed, but besides that, and the visor is also printed. Besides that, though, the rest of the figure is completely hand drawn. And I'm going to take the backpack off. Also did some details back there. Now, of course, it is wraparound leg detailing, and for the most part wraparound arm detailing, and he's got no head underneath. So, he was the most basic of all of them, but still really fun to do. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Now, the next figure I made was Buck, and he's basically the same on all accounts with as a Rookie, except I have the little antenna on the side of his helmet, which I glued on there. There's actually a piece of like a twist tie that I cut up. And then the chest piece is a katana I cut up and glued to the chest. It's not glued, but it's stuck down with some like tack, so it is removable. And then I went ahead and gave him this Brick Arms pistol to represent the kind of silenced pistol they have in the game. By the way, if you hear an AC in the background, that's just AC unit going. Anyways, but yeah. Of course, he's also got the wraparound leg detailing like everybody else. And he has a second face. Go ahead and move helmets. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Okay, so... there is the face that he's got on underneath there, and I think he looks really nice. So anyways, on to the next figure. Anyways, next member that I made was Mickey. And he was kind of challenging. Not really though. I just gave him the Mega Blocks, or Mega Constructs now, rocket launcher. Let's go ahead and fix his hand. Anyways, so this is my Mickey. The armor, like I said, is Brick Forge. And I went ahead and did the red detailing on the chest. And like I said before, the U.N.S.T detailing is printed, and this detailing is printed, but the rest of it is drawn by me. I did the same arms and basically the same legs as the other figures with the fingerless gloves, except on this one I took another twist tie and I cut it up and I colored it up and I glued it onto the, well, not glued, but you know what I mean. It does move around and it's got the details underneath there, and it's of the little ammo belt. It's on his leg, and I also made a little backpack for him using a Harry Potter wand. It's got the same details on the back, and he's got the detail on the top of his helmet where it has a little white and it says Mickey on there, but I just did kind of a squiggle to represent his name because that's a little too tiny for me. And then I glued the middle piece of a Lego handcuff to the top to make the flashlight on his helmet. And then I colored it up. And then he also does have a change out face, which is right here. So this is Mickey. Anyways, next figure I made was Dutch. Now he has the same legs and arms as everybody else. I'm gonna go ahead and move this SMG out of the way. But I drew all the details on the chest, and this time no details on the chest are printed. The blue visor is printed, but everything else is drawn by me, including the skull detail going on his helmet, which I'm really, really proud of. He's got all the details on the top of his helmet and on the rest of the figure. And he's got a backpack on with a couple of Lego pieces. The little ammo pouches on there, and the little crossbones with a skull. And of course, he's got the details on his shoulder pads. Anyways, yeah. I also forgot to mention that he has a swap out head. So this is his under the helmet head. And yeah, okay. Almost to the end here now. The second to last figure I made was Romeo. I don't know if I mentioned the last figure was Dutch. Anyways, so yeah, I did the same thing with the legs and arms, except I gave him the brown hands and I colored the black gloves on there. I gave him a Brick Arms sniper rifle. Pop that out of his hand. He's got the printed detail on the chest and the printed detail on the U.N.S.T logo, and the blue and all that is drawn by me though. He's got a slightly different arm, where he's got the black sleeve on the top instead of just like the gray sleeve. And then he's got the blue stripe on his shoulder pad. And then he's got his helmet detail, which he does have the blue stripe on the top of his helmet, and the goggles, which are Lego goggles that I chopped up and then glued on there. And then I put a piece of tape over them, and then did the detail on the top of the goggles. The visor is printed, like all the rest of the figures. And then he also has a change of face, which looks like this. And anyways, so yeah, that's my Romeo. Anyways, last figure I made was Dare, and no details on the chest or helmet were printed. All of the details on this figure were drawn by me. So, you know, I colored the chest piece silver and did the green dot in the middle of that details. Did the legs and the arms are basically the same, except I gave her the flesh hands that I drew the gloves on. Gave her a little more differentiation, if that's even a word. And then I tried, even though she's got the recon helmet off for most of the game, I tried my best to try and recreate the helmet. Don't mind the Batman face under there. So this is my attempt at recreating it. Oh, and whenever you do take it off, it does say Dare on the top of her chest piece. And then I gave her this little brick black piece to kind of represent her backpack. And she also has a brick arms pistol. And then she also has a secondary face, which I didn't have any more blonde hair pieces. I didn't have any blonde ponytails, so I just had to use brown. And I think this kind of represents her her little communicator thingy pretty well. And I just thought the face looked pretty close to hers. So, yeah. This is the best I could get to it. I really quite like how she turned out. I removed both the shoulder pads off of the Brickforge armor pieces. And yeah, so that's about it. So yeah, anyways, so that's the finish of all of my most recent Alpha 9 customs. I'm really proud of them. I hope you like them too, because I worked really hard on them. It took me about 3 days to finish all of them. That was mainly because I had to wait for pieces for Dare here and pieces for Mickey. And then I also just kind of spread them out because I didn't want it to get excessive and me to start rushing it, because that does tend to happen if I do a whole bunch of customs in a day. So yeah, and I finished this about a couple weeks ago, I want to say, all these figures. And I made a little stand for them. And yeah, anyways, so I hope you like them, because I like them. So just have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.